from a company called Beyond Bright. Now, you'll remember when we first introduced the original garage light from Beyond Bright. I had seen it on social media. I went to our buyers and said, can we get this on down home? They said, absolutely. Since we brought that original version in, over 100,000 of them have been sold. They screw into a regular light socket and then give you tremendous light. Well, this is the next evolution of that same garage light. Now, not only is it brighter, 6,000 lumens, but it's also working on a motion sensor. Now, you can either operate it with the switch like you do the old garage light, or you can plug this in somewhere and have the motion set it off. Now, this is what's remarkable. Once the motion has been detected, all 6,000 lumens fire with those LED lights, and it stays lit for 60 seconds. Now, you've got a 33-foot radius. So if you put this in a garage, for example, and you pull your car in at night, boom, the lights come on. They stay on for as long as they sense movement. You getting out of your car, grabbing the groceries, what have you. And then when it senses no more motion, it'll turn itself off after 60 seconds. Now, if you want to put these in the basement, on the stairs as you're walking down, and you've got laundry basket in your hand, and you're making your way down the steps, your movement will set this off and turn it on, and bang, you've got 6,000 lumens of light that can now be angled and moved wherever you need them. Take a look at the comparison here. This is what's extraordinary. Incandescent lights on the left-hand side, and our Beyond Bright Pro 360-degree adjustable LED socket light with the motion sensor on the right. Huge difference, right? Really, really big difference. Now, I want to show you something else that I thought was pretty remarkable. Now, this garage light is equal or equivalent to a 40-degree or 40-watt bulb. So here's a 40-watt bulb. Now, for the same amount of power that it takes to light a 40-watt bulb, we can turn that into this. Now, which would you rather have illuminating your home? This or this? And this can be angled any way you need it, wherever you need the light to be angled and redirected, and it's going to be perfect. Now, we debuted this at noon today, and already for the day, 2,600 have been ordered. We're going to get very, very busy on our phone lines here. We're going to welcome in Nick Antolik. Nick, I've been waiting on this new version to come in. I'm so excited that the motion sensor version of our garage light is now here. And now for anybody who needs instant light, as soon as it senses motion, we've got it in this great, great Beyond Bright light.
David, I'm standing perfectly still in my garage, but the second I move, that light is firing on. And you said it best. You and I have presented this, a previous version, years and years, or for the last year, and have sold so many, and customers have absolutely loved it. Now leave it to the guys at Beyond Bright. They made it brighter at 6,000 lumens. I've got 144 of those surface mount diode lights. So that's that bright, white, crisp light, instead of that old bulb that we've all been using and not really getting that light out of. We've got 144 of those lumens, but now not only is it brighter, but you have that motion activation. So perfect spot. The first thing I did when I got it home was put it in my garage. The second that garage door comes up, the light illuminates. The best thing about that sensor is that actively is going to pick up on that motion. So this isn't something where, as we're talking here, this is going to stay on. The second you leave, you wait about that 30 seconds, that light's going to turn off. So not only are you getting way more lumens when it comes to the brightness of this light compared to that standard incandescent bulb, that you're not going to ever have to replace this again. And now it's even going to turn itself off for you. So the guys at Beyond Bright have really just outdone themselves with this one, and I'm so happy to present it to you today.
Well, Nick, I just ordered 2 for myself. I'm going to put these in my garage. I have 2 light socket bulbs hanging from the ceiling of my garage. I'm going to take those down and replace it with this. So when I pull my car into the garage at night, bang, Yankee Stadium in my garage, which is just fantastic. Where there is light, there is more security. And when we need more light to light up a big area like a basement or a crawl space or a shed out back in the backyard, wherever you've got this kind of light, we've got the choice for you. Now, 2,900 ordered for the day, 300 in this show already. And about 100 people picking up more than one. I just picked up 2. So this is something really remarkable. In that crawl space, just simply unscrew your light bulb and screw in the Beyond Bright garage light. This is going to be a huge game changer wherever you choose to place it. And now with that motion sensor and our great price, we're able to deliver this to you at a really remarkable time when you need light most. Now, think about walk-in closets. Think about all those areas. Now, our 360-degree Pro adjustable LED socket light is equivalent to a 40-watt bulb, meaning it pulls no more power than this 40-watt bulb. So I've got a 40-watt bulb here, so would you rather put this 40-watt bulb in your garage, in your basement, in your closet, in your crawl space, or would you like to put in this light? There is no comparison, but they're pulling exactly the same amount of power. That's what's so remarkable about this. And now with that motion sensor, you see it turn on just as soon as I reached over? This will stay on for 60 seconds, unless it senses more motion, and it'll stay on longer. Now, if you decide you don't want to put it on motion, I do want to let you know that there is a button on the side here that you're going to change from on, off to motion. So there's Nick, and Nick's showing it. Perfect. So Nick, talk to us about that button.
David, a lot of technology. This is super simple and easy to install, just like that first version. You're getting a lot more light, but here's the extra technology that they built in. Number one, you can adjust these lights to put it in any direction. So you can see this back wall, but what you can't see is what I'm looking at, which is this garage, which is completely illuminated. Now, here's the other thing you mentioned. This button here, I can either turn it on to motion or I can leave it on all the time. So if I want to use this just with the regular light switch, that's perfectly fine. If you want the motion for the garage, for the attic, for the crawl space when you put it down there, it's instantly going to fire on. And this is a really, really great motion sensor. You see it there in the front. This isn't one of those where you're going to be doing a project and have to wave across the room. You've got about a 30-foot radius on this, and it picks up any little motion. So all you have to do is, when you're using this space, as soon as that garage door opens, you're seeing that bright, white, crisp light. David, we're spending so much more time at home, and we're going into new places. With the spring, I'm out in the garage often doing all of these projects, and now I have the light to get it done. Everything that you loved about the Beyond Bright from before, they took it from 3,500 lumens of light up to, we're 6,000 lumens of light. So it's even brighter. It's that bright, white, crisp light, and now you have the option of that motion sensor.
Well, everybody is now taking advantage of this, and we're seeing multiple orders. In fact, now 3,600 for the day. In this show alone, well over 1,000 have been ordered, and 300 people, including me, ordered more than one tonight. Now, this pulls no more power than a 40-watt bulb. Now, if you take this 40-watt bulb and put it in your garage or put it in your crawl space or in your basement, it's going to give you a little bit of light, but not a whole lot of light. And you're going to have to flip a switch in order to turn it on, and you can't aim it in whatever direction you want. So for the same amount of power it takes to power this 40-watt bulb, we can change this puny light into this light. And all these little wings can be adjusted so light is aimed exactly where you need it. Don't miss out on this opportunity. We're getting very busy on our phone lines. Lots and lots of you are loving the idea that you can now pull into your garage and boom, your lights come on. I can't tell you how many people across America have a burned out bulb in their garage door opener light. And let's be very honest, that light was never great when it was brand new, right? So now that it's burned out and been burned out probably for years, you pull into a dark garage. Now, I, for one, don't love pulling into my garage and having it be dark. I like the headlights lighting up the garage, but they only stay on for a few seconds before they turn themselves off with my car. So now when I pull in, bang, these lights come on. So if there's any issue about me pulling in late at night, my entire garage area is illuminated and will continue to be illuminated as long as I'm moving around, grabbing my briefcase, picking up some groceries out of the back of the car, getting my dry cleaning out or putting dry cleaning in, right? Now, for the day, we've taken orders for 4,200. Now 1,800 in this show, and we're starting to get really, really busy. There are a lot of you out there who are saying, no, I don't want this puny 40-watt bulb anymore. There was a time when this was all we could get. So yeah, that was fine because there was nothing else. And now for the same amount of power it takes to power a 40-watt bulb, I can give you this much light. 6,000 lumens. You know what that means? That's equivalent to 6,000 lit candles. And these LEDs are going to be really safe for you to use. And Nick, they last for a long, 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 long time.
David, I'm so glad you said that, because these old bulbs that we're using that give you that light that's really not that impressive, you can see that yellow light here. I've got to replace this again and again, and I can't tell you how many times I feel like I've done it. Now, I'm going to show you from start to finish everything that we're going to do for the installation. This old bulb that's been invented about 142 years ago, we're going to get rid of that guy. I'm going to take the Beyond right out of the box, put it in here, simply install this like a regular light bulb, and instantly you're going to see. Now remember, with the new Pro version, I have the option to either set this on motion, so it can move there, or I can set it so it's going to work on the regular light switch. But no matter what you do, you have that instant solution. So think about your garage when the last time you pulled in when it was late at night. Now you can put that light exactly where you need it. So if it's the kids down in the basement in that back corner that you're using now because we're spending a little more time at home, or if this is the crawl space, the attic, if maybe even a walk-in closet, you're going to be able to use this. And David, I think we have one in the garage with you there.
We do.
You can see just how bright this single one would get. Now, I will say, and you mentioned it, David, once you get one, you're going to want a bunch more. But even with one light, you're filling a huge amount of space with that 6,000 lumens of light.
Now, I'm standing under one garage light, okay? This is the Beyond Bright, and we have one in our garage here. Look how much light this creates. You can see what's on the shelves behind me. You can see what's under the shelves. I would be able to see whatever was going on in my garage, whether I walked in here or pulled my car in here. These are no joke. They're amazing. The original version I saw on social media months and months ago, if not over a year, went to our buyers and said, hey, can we get this garage light on Down Home with David? I think it would be great. Well, in the time that we had just that one available, we sold over 100,000 units. Well, then the next evolution came out with motion sensor. And I called the same buyer back and they were like, David, we're already a step ahead of you. We've already ordered it. It's going to be a big deal. And that's what we're showing you tonight. So now what was good before has gotten great. 5,700 now ordered for the day. That means in this show, 3,200. And we have how many folks on the phone lines? 600 people on the phone lines, and 1,000 people picking up more than one. I just ordered my 2 on my QVC mobile app. So lots and lots of you are saying, yeah, I want to put this in the garage where I have those light sockets. I want to put it in the shed in the backyard where I've got that single bulb and a socket. I want to put this in the crawl space. Is your washer dryer downstairs in your basement? How many times have you walked down the steps trying to turn the light switch on with your elbow? Or trying to pull that string when you get down to the bottom of the steps? What if as soon as you started down the steps, bang, the lights came on? But I'm not just talking a little bit of light. I'm talking about 6,000 lumens. Now, most of you probably have this light in your basement. So when you finally get it on, that's how much light you get when you take that big heavy laundry basket downstairs to the washer. What if we could change that light for the same amount of power to this light? It would light up every nook and cranny of your basement. So there would be no more reason to feel like you were in the dark. And that's what makes this light so great. And now with that motion sensor, more and more people are realizing this makes perfect sense. 6,400 have now been ordered for the day and 4,000 during Down Home. We're very, very busy because this is a product that just went from good to great. We were super thrilled with the other, and I have the others in my basement. But now these will go in my garage, because when I pull my car in, and I work a lot of late evenings, as you all know, because we're here together a lot. When I pull my car into the garage at night, I want to know that it's going to light up, but not just light up. I want it to be bang, big light, because this is what makes us feel better. We pull into a garage situation. Look how bright that is. You can see everything. Get rid of those old little wimpy bulbs and replace it with this 360-degree Pro, Beyond Bright Pro. And Nick, this is going to throw out 6,000 lumens of light as soon as it senses your motion.
David, that's right. I'm so impressed that the lights behind you turned off. So you don't, when you pull in at night and you go back into the house, you don't have to worry about turning them off. So you're saving light, you're getting more light output. Remember, as much as we love the other version, this is 6,000 lumens of light. The previous one was 3,500. You're still using a really, really cost-efficient surface mount diode lights, and now you have that built-in motion sensor. I'm so excited to be presenting this today, and it really does make things a lot easier.
So I'm walking toward the garage, and bang, this light came on. Now this is the Beyond Bright Pro.